right, FightHype.com here with future Hall of Famer. Yes, I said it. Get used to it. Future Hall of Famer, Andre Ward.
I take it.
Oh, I also forgot to mention ESPN commentator.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. How you been, man?
I've been great, man. Family's good. Been staying super busy. Good, bro. No complaints.
Obviously, we're down here. I mean, it's kind of a dreary day where we're at, but we're down here in Texas for
Frisco, Texas.
Cowboys land at the what do they call this place? The Ford Center at the Star?
Yeah, the Star. Yeah.
That's a weird name. Yeah. The Ford Center at the Star. That's weird. But down here for work.
Yeah.
Kovalev, Alvarez, the rematch. I gotta ask you, is it weird? Is it weird being here, commentating on Kovalev's fight?
A little bit. Honestly, a little bit. But I've done it before. You know, I've not him specifically, but just like I've done like a Donna Stevenson. I've done guys that, I've done guys that that I was rumored to potentially fight or whatever. So I kind of know how that feels, and you know that's part of the adjustment, man, of retirement and doing what I'm doing. You got to be able to deal with that, and you know the great commentators who were former players, former players with former fighters do it. Roy had to do it, and I can name a million, former football players and baseball players, and you still got the drive. You maybe probably talking about guys that maybe you had run-ins with, the guys you played with, the guys you think you're better than. You got to be able to compartmentalize all that stuff, do your job, man, and try to do it well.
So what happened when you got the call or received the email or whatever that you were going to be working this fight? Did you?
I just laughed, I mean, I think it's the natural thing for me to be here. I think it would be weird for me not to be here, for me not to commentate on this and give my opinion and my expertise. I probably know him inside the ring as well as anybody, so it's a natural fit.
So what's it been like? I mean, you've been down here for a couple days for fight week. I mean, have you had a chance to run into him and talk to him, or?
Nah, I've seen him from a distance. I've seen his team. But nothing direct. He kind of avoids that.
Really?
I mean,
how can he avoid that though? Because I know they do fighter meetings and stuff like that. Yeah. So I mean, I know that there's a reporter here that main events. I guess he has an issue with the reporter, so he didn't want him around. So they banned the reporter from talking to him. I mean, can they do that?
I'll say this: they didn't want me in the fighter meeting.
Really?
And in some cases, that's common practice. HBO has done it. Like if there's a conflict of interest, or again, if there's somebody that you could potentially fight. Like I remember calling Donna Stevenson's fight in the past, and they asked me to not be in there, and HBO, respectfully said, "Hey, would you mind?" So it was kind of the same thing here, and I get it. I get it. Fighters can be. Fight week is sensitive. It's touchy. In terms of how you feel and maintaining confidence and, just not trying to get into your own head too much. So I'm sure the last person he wanted to see before he went into this rematch with Alvarez was me sitting at the table asking him some tough questions. So I respect it, man. I get it. I understand it.
Would you have been, like, how would that have been for you? Like, would you have been ready?
I go back and forth on it. I think it probably would depend on the type of mood that I'm in, fight week. For whatever particular fight, you got two minds. Either you could be, of the mind like I don't want that dude around me. Please don't allow him to be in there. I need to focus on what I'm doing. Or you could take the other route, which is look, I own what happened. I'm not fighting him. I'm locked in on this guy, so I really don't even see this guy. So it could go either way. But I don't knock him for it. I get it.
I'm sure you probably didn't find out about not being in the fighter meeting until the last minute, but were you prepared to go? Like, did you have questions that you knew you wanted to ask him going into the meeting?
Nah.
No?
I actually made the call, 3-4 days ago because I know how it goes. So, I called our producer, Matt Sanduli. I was like, yo, Matt, what you think, man? I said, I'm cool to step out. And it looked like I was going to be in the meeting, and then last minute it turned out that I wasn't going to be in the meeting, and I would prefer to not be in the meeting. Like, I'm not going to allow myself to feel awkward or weird about it because I did my job, but I probably wouldn't have asked him any questions. I respect the game, man, and I respect the process. Like, I know, like, again, I wouldn't want this dude asking me questions if the shoe was on the other foot. So I probably was going to fall back, I'm not sure he could tell me anything that I don't already know. You know, I'd probably be more interested in what the trainer would have to say, Buddy McGirt, because you know Buddy is the latest trainer of Sergey Kovalev, and he'd have some good insight. Buddy knows his stuff. You know, even prepping for this fight and looking at the notes, like everything that Buddy said in terms of his approach toward Kovalev in camp was spot on. It's perfect. So I probably would have put my attention toward him and not even worried about Kovalev.
Can you read into that when it comes to fighters, and not just Kovalev, but any fighter, if they come into fight week and they're agitated by things like that, not just the fighter meeting situation, but the reporter situation?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not all the time. You know, sometimes a guy can seem tight and he goes out there and does his thing, and sometimes a guy can seem loose and you think that, oh man, he's ready, and he goes out there and gets clipped. It's tough to say.